on day 264. If you do not know how to write kanji, head on over to jisho.org. That's JISHO.org. They'll tell you it's a really good dictionary, and they'll also tell you how to write down kanji that you are maybe unsure of, with what order to write it down in terms of strokes. We've got two new kanji today. So for those new kanji, I'll be writing them down 10 times each. For every other word that is made up of kanji I already know, we're just going to write them down 3 to 5 times while speaking them out loud. Head on over to my YouTube channel if you have never watched these and want to start at the beginning. And head on over to my Google Drive if you need any of these lists. I've got all 264 lists up on Google Drive as well if you just need study lists. Let's go ahead and get started. Our first word is miso shiru. Miso soup. Miso shiru is miso soup. Our new kanji here is ju okani shiru, which is soup, juice, broth, sap, gravy, or pus. I choose not to think about that last word. Radicals in this kanji are water on the left side, and on the right side we have 10. So I'm thinking 10 parts water is soup, juice, or broth. Ju or shiru is soup, juice, or broth. Ju or shiru, soup, juice, or broth. I choose not to remember that it is pus, though I'm sure that will stay in my mind forever. Ju or shiru is pus or juice. Ju or shiru. Ju or shiru is pus, juice, gravy, soup. So miso shiru is taste of miso. Miso shiru is miso soup. Number 2 is omoni. Omo on the left side is our main thing, or the master or lord. So when you're saying the lord of some topic, ni is our particle indicating that we're about to say something else. That is the main point. That's omoni, mainly or primarily the master thing or primary thing. Omoni. Or mainly or primarily. Omoni. Omoni. Mainly or primarily. Omoni is mainly or primarily. Omoni. Omoni. 次はそのまま. Sono is that, and mama is mama has a few translations, but it's really that way, or in whatever state it currently is. Mama is a state of conditions, or an instant, kind of. So sono mama is in that way, or without change, as it is, as it was, just like, extremely similar, or immediately, or just following. So the way this is usually used is like, if someone's doing something, like for the first time, for example, and they're doing it the right way, the person who's teaching them will go, sono mama. Like, keep going like that. Like, that's good. So sono mama is without change, as it is, or immediately. Sono mama. Sono mama. It can also mean immediately, as in, literal translation would be kind of from that state, or from there is maybe another translation that you could use. Sono mama, without change, as it is, or immediately and just following. Tsukiwa number 4 is karada. Karada. I don't think this follows the readings of either of these kanji. If you read out the kanji from left to right, it would be shintai. And this kanji on the left has 2 readings, mi or shin, and neither of them are karada. So I think this is another way to write. I've also seen karada written just with this kanji. So I think this is an extra kanji that just is a different way you can write it. On the left side, we have shi or shin or mi, which is a person's body specifically, somebody. And on the right side, we have a literal body. So this is a physical body, and this is somebody's body. This is somebody. So karada is somebody's body, their torso, their physique, their health. Health is, karada ga ii is often used to describe like healthy food. So karada ga ii is one way to say for your health or for your body. It can also mean a corpse or a dead body, meaning not living. So body, torso, health, or a dead body is a karada. Karada. Karada is a dead body. A physique. A torso. Torso, dead body, regular body. 次は正社員。正社員 is a regular employee, a permanent employee, or a full-time employee. I'm going to use regular employee, but it's really rather full translation is a correct or justice company worker. So the correct company workers or the justified company workers are the regular employees, permanent employees, or full-time employees. Or 正社員 or full-time employee. Are full-time employees or regular workers, or correct workers. Regular employees. Are your regular employees? Number 6 is Hatsuden, or the release or production of energy. Or electricity specifically. So the generation of power, or can also mean sending a telegram, like sending out or releasing a den, or can also be referred to an electronic message, a telegram. Hatsuden is literally the release of power or the generation of power. Hatsuden. Hatsuden is the generation of electricity. Power generation. Hatsuden. Power generation. Funny telegram sending. Either releasing electricity itself or releasing electricity in the form of a telegram. Hatsuden. Before we stopped using telegrams and they became obsolete forever, or at least until post next eclipse. Hatsuden. Power generation. Number 7 is ikimono. Iku, or ikiru is to live, so this is iki, to live, and the mono on the right side is thing. So an ikimono is a living thing, literally, ikimono. Ikimono. Ikimono is a living thing. Ikimono. Ikimono is a living thing. Ikimono. Number 8 is rimokon. Rimokon is a remote control, shortened word of remoto controller, probably. Rimokon. Rimokon is a remote controller, or remote control itself. Rimokon. Rimokon. Number 9 is gakubu. Bungakubu. Bungaku is the study of literature. Bungaku bu is a department or section of literature, which is the Department of Literature. Bungaku bu is the Department of Literature. Bungaku bu. Bungaku bu is the Department of Literature in a university or in some other organization that would have a Department of Literature. I'm not sure, apart from universities and schools, there would be anywhere where you would have a Department of Literature. Bungaku. I was trying to think of other organizations, and I was like, the FBI? No literature departure there. Bungaku is the literature department. Number 10, this is a fun one. Genshiroku Hatsudensho. Genshiroku Hatsudensho is a genshi is an electron, an original or source child. There's got to be another translation for that. Hold on a second. It is child. It's like, yeah, I mean child. It's the original child is an electron. Ryoku is power. Hatsuden, as we just learned, is power generation, and sho is a location. So it is a location where you are generating power from electrons, or a nuclear power plant, a nuclear power station. Though technically, I wonder if Genshi is actually maybe. Oh, it's definitely atom. So it's not electron, it's atom. So the original children are atoms. Genshi Ryoku Hatsuden Sho. Genshi Ryoku Hatsuden Sho is a nuclear power plant or nuclear power station. Genshi Ryoku Hatsuden Sho. And I'm only going to write this a few times because we've learned these kanji before. Genshi Ryoku Hatsuden Sho. Fun one to say. Genshiroku Hatsudensho is a electric power plant from nuclear power. Genshi, power of atoms. Ryoku, Hatsu, release energy or electricity. Hatsuden, Sho, location. That's a fun. Genshiroku Hatsudensho. Number 11 is Igakubu. I on the left side is medical. Gaku is to study. So Igaku is medical studies. And Bu on the right side is the department or section again. So Igakubu is our medical department or the medical faculty at a institution. Igakubu is the medical department. Igakubu. Medical department or medical faculty. Igakubu. Igakubu. It's the medical faculty or department. Is the medical department or medical faculty. And finally, number 12, we have a new kanji, chijimu, to shrink, to contract, or to diminish, with our new kanji, shuku, or chijimu. Radicals in this kanji are the thread on the left side, and this entire kanji on the right side, we've learned before. There are several radicals within it, but we've already learned this kind of full kanji before, which is a lodge or a staying somewhere, kind of an overnight stay. Somewhere that you would bunk for the night. So the way I'm going to think about this is from the time you start your stay somewhere, the thread of time that you have left at that place continues to shrink, contract, or shrivel. I know that's a stretch, but that's all I got. It's the thread. Radical meaning or radical and kanji reading on its own would be thread, stay, thread, sojourn, thread, overnight stay. So it's... I'm gonna choose to think of thread as time in this sense, and it is shriveling, wrinkling, or reducing over time, like a candlestick shrinking over time in an old-timey cabin. That's what I'm going to try and think of. Shuku or chijimu is to shrink, to contract, or diminish. Shuku or chijimu is to shrink, contract, or diminish. Chijimu. Hokani shuku. Shuku is also the reading for that regular kanji on the right side. Without thread, that reading would also just be shuku. As is the case with a lot of kanji, usually the reading comes from one of the radicals within the kanji if it's made up of a lot of radicals. And this one is no exception, though there are lots of exceptions, so don't take that as a rule. Yuku. Yuku or chijimu is to shrink, to reduce, to wrinkle. Yuku or chijimu. Notice we wrote G in this kanji with a 10-10 chi instead of a 10-10 chi, which is a little weird, especially for writing it on a keyboard. That's weird. It's hard to figure out where that comes from. But I'm pretty sure they're pretty much interchangeable as far as I can tell with pronunciation in Japanese. Ji with this chi hiragana and the 10-10 symbol is pronounced, as far as I can tell, exactly the same way as shi with the 10-10. So don't worry if that doesn't make sense to you. That's another one of those things I'm just kind of rolling with in Japanese. Because there don't seem to be set rules about it. No one's told me set rules about it anyway. Chijimu or shuku is to shrink, diminish, retract, reduce. Let's go back to the top, make sure we got all these memorized. Our first word of the day was miso shiru or miso soup. Miso shiru. Miso shiru with 10 parts water for soup, gravy, or pus. God bless me. Mainly or primarily is omoni with our kanji for the master or primary thing of something, and ni, our particle. As it is, as it was, just like extremely similar or immediately afterwards is sonomama. Sonomama. Your torso, physique, health, corpse, or a dead body is your karada. It's alternate kanji here with somebody's on the left side and arada on the right side for an actual physical body. A regular employee or a permanent employee is a sei for correct, ja for company, in person who works there. Seishain are your regular employees. Generation of power is Hatsuden, soon to be used in Genshiroku Hatsudensho, for our nuclear power plant. Hatsuden. Genshiroku Hatsudensho. No, Hatsuden. A living thing or a living creature, literally a living thing, is an iki. Mono, direct translation on that one. Kimono. A remote control, shortened version, is a rimokon. Rimokon. The Department of Literature is the bungaku. Bungaku for literature itself, or the study of civilization. Way to write literature. Bungaku and bu on the right side for department. Bungaku bu. Genshiroku Hatsudensho is a nuclear power plant with the atomic Genshi Ryoku power. Hatsuden generation. Hatsuden Yo location. Location where we generate nuclear power is a nuclear power plant. A medical facility, a medical faculty is a igakubu, or it can also, this is really the word for the medical department, but I have a feeling the dictionary I chose, for whatever reason, decided to call it medical faculty and not both medical faculty and medical department. And chijimu, or shuku, is to shrink with the thread of time when staying in a lodging is shrink. Chijimu. Thanks for watching today, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful new year. Happy 2020. 年末年始おめでとう。おめでとうみんな。よくやった。2021の1年は大変だったね。すまん。じゃあまたね、また明日も勉強しているんですけど、多分時間は日程がない。じゃあお楽しみね。じゃあ